All right, let's go through this practice cat. This is practice cat 8, integration part B. Get to use your calculator, get your bound reference. You get 20 minutes, 12 questions. And that's around about what you're going to see in your cat, your real one. So you got to make sure that you're moving pretty quick and you can use your CAS efficiently. If you can't use your CAS, you're going to be in big trouble. Let's go through it. And also, before I begin, let me say that if you can do this practice cat and you can use your CAS effectively, you're going to be fine for the real cat. But you just got to make sure that you can use your CAS effectively within the times and you're not kind of mucking around with it. That's why I'm recording this video. So at home, at your own pace, you can make sure that you can use your CAS effectively. That's so important. Okay, let's begin. The antiderivative of this right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go shift plus. Then I'm going to go negative 44x raised to the 3. And then I'm going to go plus 9x squared plus 6. Then I put an x at the end here. I hit enter, and I'm going to get that. You look through your responses, and it's quite clear that my answer here is going to be C. Then you move on to the next one. An antiderivative of this. This is exactly the same. We're going to go shift plus. I'm going to put in x minus 2, close brackets, open brackets, 4x minus 3, close brackets, come over here, put an x, and hit enter. And I'm going to get that. I look through my responses. It looks like, which one is that is going to be my answer? Oh, I typed it in a little wrong. You don't want to be doing that. That should be plus. My bad. Whoa, not 3, plus. All right, now D is my answer. So don't make silly mistakes like me. All right, we keep on going. Now, this right here is an important skill. Important. You need to be able to do it quite quickly. This is something that appears in the exam, and it's something that you need to know. All right. So as you can see, this is taken from VCAR 2019. It's a skill that they like to test. What they do is they give you a derivative, and then they give you a point on the actual function and ask you to find that function. I'm going to show you what I think is the fastest way to do this. So we know that what we want to do is find the antiderivative of that, which will give us f. And then we want to sub in that point to find what our C is going to be. And the quickest way to do this on the CAS is to go, all right, I know that I want to find f of x. And I know that f of x is going to be, well, I'm going to go control that because I'm going to define it. I'm going to define it as shift plus to bring this up, 3x squared, whoopsie daisy, minus 2x. And then I'll come over here, put x. So I'm defining it as that, and then I'm going to remember to plus c to it, because I know that you have to plus c when you're doing indefinite integration. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go menu 3-1 to solve, and now just put in my point. So I'm going to say when f of 4 is equal to 0, what is my c value? And I'm going to end up with negative 48. I'll look through my responses. You have a look through. Which one do you think it's going to be? It's going to be C. And that is it. That is how you do it. Now let's go to the next one. And would you look at that? It's the same thing again. You might think that this is an important skill, something that you need to know, not only for your upcoming CAT, but also for your exam as well. The function g with the domain R has the following properties. Here's the derivative. The graph of g of x passes through the point 1, 0. So they've given you the derivative, they've given you a point. Find g of x. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to say we have g of x, well, g of x. I'm going to define it. I'm going to define it as x squared minus 2x. Oh, sorry. Oh, you don't want to be like me. Well, you first want to integrate that. All right, so we're going x squared minus 2x x plus c. Then menu 3-1. You want to go g of 1 is equal to 0, comma c. It's going to be 2/3. So now you look through your answers. If you're not sure what, the first part of it's going to be, what you can do is just go, all right, what is g of x? Because I've now defined that, and you can see that it's going to be this. And you know that c is going to be that. So that means my answer here is going to be C. Can I say you need to be able to do this quickly? All right. No mucking around. Make sure you can do it quickly. All right. That's very, very important. All right. Question 5. When evaluated to 3 decimal places, find that. All right. What am I going to do? I'm going to go shift plus. I'm going to go 1, 3. I'm going to go 13 x raised to the 4. plus 2x squared plus 3x, x there. Then I'm going to go Control Enter. It's going to be that. That's going to be E, just like that. We keep on moving. All right, the graph with the equation this is shown. The total area of the shaded region is what? We know that the way we do this is we do this and this. All right, we want to find that area right there. This is positive area. This is negative area. So the positive area is easy. We're just going 1 to 0 of f of x dx. But we want the total area here. And if this is negative, that poses us a problem. So you want to put a negative in front of this to counteract the fact that it's negative to make it positive. All right, so that's 3, 1, f of x dx. Then we come over here. We go shift plus. Oh, actually, sorry, don't be stupid like me. We don't have to do that. We just need to find which one of these is going to be. So you look through them all. It looks like B is going to be my answer there. Make sure you read the question and look at the options. Don't be silly like me. Next, we're given this. So we're going from some unknown to 0 of this is equal to 12, okay? Where A is a positive real number. Find the value of A. I'm going to use my solve function right here. I'm going to go menu, 3, 1. I'm going to go shift plus. I'm going to go, I have 0 to A, and then I have 2x plus 4x. That's going to be equal to 12. Then I want to solve it for A. It's going to be A is equal to -6 or A is equal to 2. It told me that A is positive. That means A is 2, which means E is my answer. Hopefully that has made sense to you. Let us now move on. All right, this question was taken from Cambridge, those little tests. Actually, it might have been taken from the chapter review. I can't remember. All right, what are we doing here? So we've been given this, and we want to figure out how it can be rewritten. So it can be rewritten as one of these. All right, well, I know that when I have something like this, I can break up the integral, meaning I can write this as 1, -1, 3 f of x dx, and then I can rewrite it as this 1, -1, -1 dx. So do you see how I've just written that as an integral and that as an integral? Then it looks like, looking at my options here, they've just taken out 3 here, and here it looks like, sorry, this should be plus. Here it looks like they've taken out a negative, okay? So that means it's going to be 3, 1 to -1, f of x dx. And then now this positive will become a negative 1. That means that my answer will be a C. Hopefully you were successful with that. Now we come to question 9. And this is where I need to apologize. I have accidentally typed this question in incorrectly. My bad. Meaning none of these answers are correct. My apologies for this. So if you're trying to do this and you're like, why isn't this working? It's because Mr. Scrooge made a mistake. Mr. Scrooge made mistake. Actually, no, let's not write that. All right. Let's just pretend everything is fine. No, you can't because it's not going to work. All right. I need to stop rambling and answer this question. The area of the region enclosed by the graph, this, and the x-axis. The way you would answer this question is you're going to do this, you're going to do this, and you're going to say, this here is telling me that it's going through 0. This here is telling me it's going through -2, right? That's telling me it's going through -2. This here is telling me it's going through 3. Now, I know it's going to look like this. Up, down, up. That is what that is going to look like. Now, what I want to do is I want to find the area of the region enclosed by the graph and the x-axis. So I'm after this, I'm after that. Again, it's the same type of logic as before. We know that this here is going to be positive area. This here is going to be negative area. So that means I'm going to have to go from 0 to -2. Remember, my bigger number always goes on top. I'm just going to call this f of x. F of x dx. Then minus, because this is underneath the x-axis, between 3 to 0 of f of x dx. And that is what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to do that. Now, when you realize, let me just go for it. Shift plus. I'm going to go from -2, because that's my lower number, to 0. And then I'm going to go x times, open brackets, x plus 2, that, times by that, x minus 3, that, plus, shift plus. Now I'm going from 0 to 3. And you know, if you wanted to be really cool, what you could do here is you could go Shift up, Control C to copy that, and then I could go minus Control V, and now I could just change my terminals. That would be 0. That would be 3. I mean, speed is the aim of the game here. Now, it's 2, 5, 3, 12. That is none of the options that I have. My apologies for that. So A, B, C, D, E, F, 2, 5, 3 on 12. That is the answer. So guys, that would have been confusing if you were doing that. So my bad. If you just spent a long time and you're like wondering why this is not working. That's it. My bad. All right, we keep on going. All right, what is happening here? We're given 9 to 1 is equal to 10. And then we're given, you know, like we've now got 9 to 5 and we've got 5 to 1. What I always like to do in these situations is I like to draw myself like a number line. And I know that from 1 to 9, all of this, all of that is going to be 10. And then once I've got that information, do you see how I'm going from 9 to 5? Well, here is 5. Now, if I was to break this up, this is 9 to 5 h of x plus 9 to 5 x. Sorry, there should be a dx there, shouldn't there? Should be a dx there. Did I put dx's on the other one? Yeah, I did. Okay. There should be a dx at the end of that. Always there's a dx. And then plus 5 to 1 h of x dx. Okay, this is the important thing now. Do you see how, like, here I'm going 9 to 5. So that represents 9 to 5. That represents this part here. And then over here, I'm going 5 to 1. That represents that part. Well, whatever these two things are, it doesn't actually matter because we know they add up to 10. So that means who cares about them? We can just write it as 10 plus, and then we can just write 9, 5, x dx. So now I'm just going to type that into my CAS. So I'm going to come to my CAS, Shift plus. I'm going to go 5. I didn't type in 5. 5, 9, x, enter, 28. So this is going to be 10 plus 28, which is 38, which is B. We did it. Huzzah. All right, we keep on going. Question 11. And just so you know, in your real CAT, it's going to be like out of 10 marks, and you get 20 minutes. So I've taken 12 minutes to get through here. And as you've seen, I'm like talking, I'm moving at a pretty leisurely pace. So I think you'll be fine for the actual CAT in terms of timing. But if you don't know how to use CAS, you're going to be in big trouble. All right, we keep on going. Here we go. We've got 12 to 8, 3p plus 7 dx. All right, looking through my options here, I'm thinking, all right, what can I do here? So what I would do is I would first just break it up. So I can go, I'm going from 12 to 8, 3 p of x dx plus 12 to 8, 7 dx. Now, that is wrong. This here, where's the 3? Where's the 3 here? What? That's wrong. This one, you know, they've put 7x there. All right. So it looks like what they've done there is they've gone 12 to 8, 3px, so that's good. But if I was to differentiate this, it's not going to be 7. Sorry, if I was to integrate this, it's not going to be 7x because I have to do a definite integration. So it can't just be 7x. That doesn't make any sense. This one as well. Does this one make any sense? It's got 7x again. That doesn't make any sense because I'm doing an actual integration here, people. That doesn't make any sense. Now, this one, by the process of elimination, must be correct. But let me actually explain to you why it's correct because it's going to be important for you to know why it's correct. Whenever you're integrating a constant, what you do is you go 7 times, so whatever this number here is, 7, then you go 12 minus 8. 12 minus 8 is 4. 7 4s are 28. So that means this part right here is going to be E. It's going to be 28. And they've also just pulled out that 3 there. So that means, that's it. You've pulled out that 3. That's 28. That's going to be your answer. We keep on going. All right. We'll make this the last question, shall we? This one is a little confusing. Look at it. Question 12. It says, given that from a to 0, x to the 4, dx is a to the 5, and 0, negative 8 is that, is x to 4. Ooh, all right. So we've got a lot of information in there. So after you read it, like, what exactly is happening? Now, this is a challenging question. And towards the end of your CAT, you're going to get some challenging questions where you're going to have to think it through. And a good thing is when you're getting challenged is just to draw it, okay? This is x to the 4. I know that x to the 4 looks like this. It looks kind of like a quadratic, but the base is kind of more there. And I know that I'm going from 0 all the way to a. All of that area there, I'm told, is equal to a to the 5 on 5. That's what I'm told. And then we're told that, then 0, negative a to 4. Well, now, if that's negative a, that's there. Now, I know that this thing right here, this quartic, is symmetrical. So what does that mean? It means that this area here has to be the same as that area there because I'm going the same distance, just a there. It's not going to be negative because I'm just to the left of it, so it's still going to be positive. So that means my answer is going to be B. So that is a little bit of a thinking question there, but that is how you do it. You know what? I'm just going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on going here. Let's keep on going here. So here we've got this. I might pause it at some point, but we'll just keep on going until I get tired. All right, so it says here we are right there. Here we are right there. We've got this is equal to that. All right, what are we going to do? Again, what I'm thinking of, whenever I've got things like this, like see how I've got 8 to 3, and then I've got 8 to 6, and then I've got 6 to 3. Again, I just need to kind of visualize what's going on here. So I'm going to draw myself a little number line. I'll just zoom out a bit. I'm going to draw myself a little number line, and I'm going to say from 3 to 8, that is going to be negative 20. And then what we're also told here is that 6 to 8. So now 6 to 8. So this right here, that's 8. All right, I can figure out what 3 to 6 is then, because 3 to 6, let's just call this x. X plus 8 has to be equal to negative 20. That means x has to be equal to negative 28. That's how that works. That just has to be a true statement right there. Otherwise, you know, the world just doesn't make any sense. So that means that x right there is negative 28. Now, it's saying this. Let's break that up. It's got 6 to 3 f of x dx plus 6 to 3 2 dx. I know that this right here is negative 28. Plus, now this right here is that I'm just integrating a constant. So it's going to be 2 times 6 minus 3. So it's going to be negative 28 plus 2 times 6 minus 3 is 3. Negative 28 plus 2 times 3 is 6. Negative 28 plus 6 is negative 22. Negative 28 plus 6 is negative 22. So that means B is my answer there. Let us keep moving. Oh, another VCAR question. Don't you feel smart when you answer VCAR questions? All right, let's answer this one right here. It says we've got this and that. All right. What is happening here exactly? So I've got 3 to 1 is equal to 5. This is kind of the same thing again, isn't it? I'm just going to break this up. So I'm going to take the 2 out the front. I've got 3, 1, f of x, dx. And then I'm going to take that minus out the front. I've got 3 to 1 of 3 dx. So I've kind of just broken that up there. And yeah, that's all I've done. I've just kind of broken it up. Now I know that 3 to 1 is equal to 5. So this right here, that's 5. So I'm going to times that by 2. And then I've got minus a constant. So I know it's going to be 3 times 3 minus 1 is 2. 3 minus 1. So it's going to be 10 minus 3 times 2. 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. My answer will be A, 4. They keep trying to trick us, but we just keep beating them. All right, next. Oh, another VCAR question. All right, question 15. If a to 0 f of x dx is equal to k, and a to 0 of 3 f of x plus 2 dx is this. All right, well, I'm just going to break it up. You can't trick me. I'm going to break this up. A to 0 f of x dx plus, break it up, a to 0, 2 dx. All right. Now, I know that a to 0 of f of x dx is equal to k. That is that right there, is it not? So that means 3 times k plus, now that's a very ugly a, but that is an a there. To figure out this, it's just integrating a constant. So it's going to be 2 times a minus 0. So it's going to be 3k plus 2a. 3k plus 2a is going to be a. We did it. We keep on going. All right. We've just hit the 20-minute mark. So remember, you'll get 20 minutes in your actual CAT. So that's the 20-minute mark right there, people. But let's keep on going. We still have questions to answer. And I think, in my opinion, learning this stuff by a video is so much better than learning it in class, simply because, you want to see how to press the buttons and all of that. And that's just easier to do on a video when you can take your time with it. But you must do this quickly in the actual test, people. Don't dilly-dally. All right. Let's keep on going. So it says, if I'm going from 5 to 0 of g of x is equal to 20. Okay, and we've got this is equal to 90. Find the value of a. All right, so I'm just going to break this up. I'm going to take the 2 at the front. I'm going to take that there. dx plus 5 to 0 of ax dx. Okay, that is everything there. Now I know that this right there is that. So that is 20. So this is going to be 2 times 20 plus, so that's going to be 40. Let's just write that as 40. Now over here, this is where it's going to get weird. I know that this 5 to 0 ax dx. Now I don't know what this is, but I do know the whole thing is equal to 90. So what that means is I could rearrange this. 5 to 0 ax dx is equal to 50. All right, I just minused that 40 over to the other side. Now I'll use my trusty CAS, menu 3, 1, shift plus. I'm going to go 0, 0, 5. Then I'm going to go a times x. You have to put a times there, otherwise it reads it as one thing. Now that is equal to 50, comma, what am I trying to solve this for? The value of a. I want to figure out what a is here. What is a? All right, that should work. A is equal to 4. We did it. All right, perfect. So a is equal to 4 there. So my answer is B. All right, we keep moving. We keep on moving. Here we've got this. This is kind of just the same question again and again. Going insane. My computer keeps telling me to turn it off because it doesn't like it when I record videos this long. I think it does bad things to the computer. All right, we've got 4 to 1. That, this is equal to what? All right, again, we're just going to break this up. So I'm going to write this as 4, 1, 5. I'm going to take the minus out. I'm going to take the minus 2 out, right? So that's going to be this. Sorry, I keep forgetting the dx. All right, minus 2, that f of x, that's 4, that's 1, that's dx. So as you can see, what I've done there is I've just broken up the different parts. So I've got 5 there, and then I've got negative 2x fx. I've taken the negative 2 out. I'll put that there. So remember, you can always take out those constants. Make sure you do that. Makes your life a lot easier. Now, what do we know? What do we know? So let me just get rid of this highlighting for a moment. I know that 4 of 1 f of x is equal to 6. That means this is equal to 6. Okay, so 2 times 6. This is just finding the constant. So it's going to be 5 times 4 minus 1. So that's going to be 5 times 3 minus 12. 15 minus 12 is going to be 3, which is A. We keep moving. The next one. The total area enclosed by the curve, this, and that is this. All right, so if we can just visualize this for a second, it's telling me I have now x squared minus 25. So it's going to be x squared. It's going to be like this, where that's 25. And it's telling me that from x is equal to 0, so that's x is equal to 0, to x is equal to h. Now, I do not know where x equals to h is. I think many people would mess this up because they would just say, oh, maybe it's here. but we actually don't know where it is, do we? The total area enclosed by x minus where h is positive, and is that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Control Z. I'm going to figure out. I need to figure out if x is equal to h is there or on the other side. How can I do that? How can I figure that out? Well, I could figure out what is that area right there. I know that this is 5. So if I just come here for a second, and what am I going to do? I'm going to go shift plus 0, 5, and then I'm going to go x squared minus 25 x. What is that equal to? That is equal to negative 250. Now, we only care about the positive area, right? So that means that right there is 250 over 3, all right? We don't care about the negative, it's that. That is smaller than this, isn't it? In fact, if you take that, you get rid of the negative, and you times it by 2, you're going to get 503, aren't you? So that means I know that this area here will be the same, 250 over 3. So what I need to do now is I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to say 5 to some unknown that I'm going to call h. So this right here I'm calling h. Wherever I'm going to that I don't know, I know that is going to be equal to control divide 250 over 3. Now I forgot to I need to go menu 3-1 to solve that, because otherwise what am I doing? I need to take that and I need to say, so that, and then I'm going to say solve that for h. Okay, if I do that, oops. Oh, and just like that, I can't, oh, no, it did it. Now, whoa, that kind of freaked out my CAS a little bit. Can I just look at that again? Oh, I went the wrong way. I went the wrong way because 5 is my smaller number. 5 is my smaller number. So can I steal this again? Just so you know, I did not do these questions beforehand. This is all fresh. Whoa, that's 5. That's h. Does that make sense? Because h is my bigger number. It should have gone on top. There we go. And that means, what is my correct answer? It's going to be the positive one. It's going to be that one, right? 5 square root of 3. It's going to be E. Okay, I think I'll stop there. The last, actually, we'll keep on going. We'll keep on going. My computer's saying stop, but I'm just going to keep on going here. 19. This is such a long video. I've never recorded such a long video without doing the questions first. So this is a first. Hopefully you're enjoying this. All right, if we've got this, and then we've got 2 to 4, and then we've got that, is equal to what? All right. Again, when I get these type of questions, I like to draw myself a little number line. So this is 1, this is 4. And I know that all of this from 1 to 4 is going to be equal to 4. Now I'm given 2 to 4. Now 2 to 4 is a negative number. Cool. So 2 to 4 is going to be negative 2. That's what 2 to 4 is. Now what I need to do is figure out what this area here is going to be. Let's call that x. All right, 2 to 4. Good, 1 to 2. Well, I can say x plus negative 2 is going to be equal to positive 4, which means that x is going to be equal to 6. Does it not? It does. That's what it means. X is going to be equal to 6. All right, so if x is equal to 6, that means when I've got this right here, I've got, let's break this up, 2, 1, f of x dx plus 2, 1, x dx. All right, this right here, 2 to 1, that is that part right there. We know that is equal to 6. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to say that is 6. Plus, now this I'm going to do on the CAS. So I'm going to go shift plus from 1 to 2, x there, hit enter. I'm going to get that. I'm going to plus 6 to that. I'm going to get 15 on 2. E is my answer. Look at all these VCAR questions we're doing. Amazing. All right, now I think I'm going to stop. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. The one thing I was waiting for was the skill that tells you that, for instance, if I have 2 to 1 of f of x, so this is just, let me just do it somewhere else. This is the skill I was hoping would come across, and then I feel like would have hit everything. The one skill that we did go through your notes, so, it can definitely be assessed because it was in your notes. Just because it's not in the practice cat doesn't mean we can't test you on it. Is the one that tells you this, like if I'm going 4 to 1 of f of x dx is equal to 7, and then I said, well, what is 1 to 4 of f of x dx? So hopefully you can see what I've done there. I have switched the terminals, right? I went from 1 to 4. Now I went to 1 to 4. Like, see how I switch them around? Just a bit of switcheroo. What happens when that happens? 7 becomes -7. Okay, that's the one skill that I wanted to go through, but it just never came up. But if you watched this far into the video, you now know that skill, and that might be helpful in the cat. Who knows? Cool. We'll stop there. Hopefully this has made sense to you. Hopefully you feel all right. The last few questions, like these questions here, are very much challenge questions. Don't even worry about them. They're not going to come up on your cat. The last two, give them a go. You'll be fine with them. Actually, we're here. Should we do? It's 30 minutes. My computer's going to blow up if I don't stop this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Bit of me rambling, but this is our last cat, so why not do a bit of rambling? Remember, your cat will be out of 10 marks. You'll still get 20 minutes. If you can't use your CAS effectively, you're going to be in a world of hurt. So make sure you watch this video, you know how to put everything into your CAS nicely, and you can think through these problems. Again, I'm going to say, if you can do this practice cat in front of you now, if you can do it, you're going to be fine. Just make sure you can do it within the time, and you will be fine. All right, ta-ta.